Oh, hi. Today, the video is going to be a little bit different. I don't have a script prepared. I was supposed to be talking about this, an absolutely remarkable thing, the new book written by Hank Green, the first book written by Hank Green, and I'm only halfway through it, and it is 7 p.m., and I'm 2 months away from being bankrupt. So things are looking good here in the Marshall household. So next week, I'm going to have a longer conversation about this novel, which I know there's going to be a lot of things to talk about because I'm ravenously reading it when I have time to read it. I only have short little chunks. I love it, and there's so many ideas that are springing to me because I'm reading it. So that's my hard sell for you. You should go and get this book. But Today, what I'm going to discuss is one small portion of this book, because one of the themes that An Absolutely Remarkable Thing is talking about is this idea of fame and this idea of celebrity. And the protagonist writes in, I've had the opportunity to do more thinking about fame than most people, but fame isn't some monolithic thing. It isn't the same for the local weatherman as it is for Angelina Jolie. So she has this idea, this protagonist, that there are tiers to this fame. So tier one is popularity. This means that you're a big deal in high school or neighborhood, and you have a peculiar vehicle maybe that people around town recognize. Maybe you're a pastor at a medium to large church, or you were once the star of the high school football team. So there's that idea of popularity, the type of popularity I don't think I've ever had, at least not in the high school sense. Maybe popular at work or popular in certain areas of the city, clubs and stuff that you're a part of. But definitely, even I have not even reached tier one. And my goodness, it's looking like that's never, ever going to happen. Should it happen? Maybe that's what we'll talk about next week. Tier two, she describes as notoriety, meaning you're either a recognized and or well-known within certain circles. Maybe you're a preeminent lepidopterist whom all the other lepidopterists idolize. And I'm blanking. I think that means bugs that you like, or you could be the mayor or the meteorologist in a medium-sized city, or you might be the one part of the 1.1 million living people who has a Wikipedia page. To go through the rest, tier 3 is working class fame, which means that you are good chance that a stranger will approach you and say hi at a grocery store, which means that you're probably like a sports player, musician, actor, author, etc. There's tier 4, which is true fame. So you get recognized by fans enough that it is a legitimate burden. Like you can't actually go out and do stuff. I like this part here where it's like your humanity is so degraded that people who are legitimately surprised, your humanity is so degraded that people are legitimately surprised when they find out that you're just like them, because sometimes you buy food. And then finally, tier 5 is divinity, which is you're known by every single person in the world and you are absolutely 100% dead. It goes on to say that cult leaders have like tier 5 levels of devotion, but only a tier 1 audience, which I really like that idea of. So there's this idea of fame, and I think why I'm thinking about it so much is that part of my job here is to really look at podcasts and videos and online digital media. And should the end goal be, I want to be famous? And I think there's yes and no to those options. I don't think that fame in and of itself is a bad thing. As with most things, it's really the excess of it that causes it to be bad. Money by itself is not a bad thing. Being driven by money is also not necessarily a bad thing. If it's your only drive and your only desire in this life is to amass more and more wealth, that's when I think it kind of subverts itself and becomes a bit of a problem. Call me weird, but I just want to have a bath in baked beans. Everyone has their kink. So I'm giving it to you. Like, what is your idea of fame? Do you like this tiered approach to it in that you can be famous, but you're famous in different levels, right? Lady Gaga versus the local newscaster are both famous, but in vastly different ways. And their fame gives them vastly different opportunities, definitely on a local, national, and then global scale. Here's what I can say, and this is me just talking about me, is that when I envision fame, what I appreciate about it is the things that it affords me to do. Like, I don't have to worry about money. I can kind of just go pursue the things that I'm passionate about the most. I don't have to have this oppressive weight of like, can I actually buy this glass of milk? Or can I afford to go out and have a meal with friends? Like, I just don't have to worry about that stuff. On the flip side, when you get too far up into those tiers, then it gets to be a thing where I can't walk down the street. I can't just go to a movie. Your life kind of becomes worse while your opportunities become greater. There seems to be this like kind of flips around. So at least for me, my goal in life has always been to get to that point where maybe I am famous, quote unquote famous, but just to the level of being like, hey, I get to do cool things. I can probably impact change in the world, and I can do cool things in like art and the things I'm passionate about. But I can still, if I so choose, go to the local grocery store or still go to the local bookstore without having to feel like it's going to be a burden on myself or the people that are with me. But I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you next Thursday when we'll talk more about an absolutely remarkable thing.